Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 30th. And as I mentioned the other day, deportation cases in this country are going crazy. Deportation cases are sparking a debate in the role of the judiciary in foreign affairs. The Trump administration told the judge that foreign affairs cannot interfere with his operation on judicial timeline. So we're going to have a battle between the president and our judicial system over his attempts at deportations of illegal immigrants that have caused condition for a constitutional showdown, questioning where the judicial authority ends and the executive authority begins. In Washington, the U.S. District Judge James Boasberg has suggested in order for the administration to avoid being held in criminal contempt, it should reassert custody over at least some of those deported individuals. Meanwhile, a federal judge in Maryland has similarly indicated that the administration could be held in contempt for not facilitating the return of one of those detainees, Kilmar Abrasio Garcia, to the United States. Now, earlier this month, the Supreme Court also intervened in a Texas case by temporarily stopping President Trump's deportations of a group of individuals in the state under the Aliens Enemies Act. That 18th century law has been invoked only a handful of times, and it happens in and around wartime. So while the president has historically been understood to be in charge of foreign affairs, and Congress has some input because they are active in creating the treaties, under Article 3 of the Constitution, the judiciary power is focused on the cases and controversies brought before it. So the administration is claiming that judges are overstepping their authority, and the Department of Justice has stated that foreign affairs cannot operate on judicial timelines. So we have cases that have already reached the Supreme Court, and they will likely come up before the justices, resulting in partially landmark decisions on the nation's separation of powers. Because now we're not sure who's doing what. What are the powers of the presidency versus what are the powers of Congress and the Senate? And what are the powers of local jurisdiction? So when you look at the case of Garcia, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit warned on April 17th of an interbranch conflict that promises to diminish both the executive and the judiciary. So are they claiming that we are screwing up our long-standing judicial and punishment system in this country? We have people that are stuck in El Salvador with the federal government paying to detain those supposedly illegal immigrants who are alleged or confirmed criminal gang members. And they were put in that particular situation following Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act. Now, all of this is very confusing to you, and it's certainly confusing to me. So we have legal questions raised about whether Trump can apply the law to members of foreign gangs, especially those designated by the United States as terrorist organizations. But the main conflict is really centered on due process. The Supreme Court has said that potential deportees could bring challenges under habeas corpus, a legal avenue for challenging one's detention. So this entire situation with immigration, immigrants, non-immigrant, convicts, all kinds of things is up in the air. And they are focusing this result of these issues on whether or not the Trump administration is complying with the proper orders before it nullifies something that was done by the High Court. So we have a conflict between the president, between us and the Constitution and the High Court. And who knows how it's going to end. But our immigration situation is not great, but it's much better than it was before the Trump administration took place. So I guess Trump wants to continue pushing hard in that area because he scored a lot of points. But who knows if that's the correct thing to do. And there is nothing in the Article 13 of the Constitution that can force the executive to engage in any foreign policy. So maybe Trump has to keep his nose where it belongs. So I leave you with that this morning. Something that immigration has caused, a state of great flux in this country. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.